Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Today I'm reviewing the limited edition Star Wars set number 75294 Bespin Duel. It's for ages 18 plus, it has 295 pieces, and this retailed for $40 in the US. It was released in August 2020 as a canceled convention exclusive because it was meant to be released at Star Wars Celebration. Then it was released on LEGO.com and Target.com to US buyers only because that event was canceled. I know a lot of people were upset about not being able to get this, and this is a pretty cool set, so let's get started by looking at the minifigures. This Darth Vader minifigure isn't exclusive. He's also found in the Death Star Final Duel set that released in August 2020, but this minifigure is pretty awesome. This is the first Darth Vader minifigure ever to have arm printing, and that arm printing is really, really nice. If I move his cape out of the way a little bit, it's metallic, it's shiny, and it just looks fantastic. I'm really happy that we got arm printing on this minifigure and that it's not exclusive to that Death Star set, because that set is $60 more expensive than this one, although it is much easier to find because it was released around the world. Apart from that arm printing, there's not really anything that's super special about him. He has like the usual newer style helmet that was introduced in 2014. He's got his regular red lightsaber, and he does have a stiffer cape. I don't like that. LEGO's gone back to the stiffer capes for Star Wars minifigures in the last year or so, and I don't really understand why, because they were using the softer capes for a while, and I like those much better. There's his face print underneath the helmet. I really like this newer style two-piece design. I know that it hasn't been new for a while, and I never had the old one, but I just really like how it leaves that neck piece behind. There's his back printing, and as well as the back head printing. That's also nice to see. And again, if you haven't seen this helmet, it just goes right on top like that, although I'm guessing most people are quite familiar with it. Here's the Luke Skywalker minifigure. The only other place that you can get this particular variant is in the Betrayal at Cloud City set, which has been retired. So it's nice to see it here in a much cheaper, although also hard to find set. I do really like the printing on his front, especially that belt that he's wearing. He's got his typical blue lightsaber. This is the newer style of transparent plastic that has like a little bit of a shine to it. I think that that looks great for lightsaber blades because it's a little bit smokier. Like it's dustier. It's not as see-through as the old ones. And I really love that face print of his. It's extremely expressive. The only thing I don't love about this figure, like the dark tan hairpiece, I think looks a little bit strange since it's the same color as the rest of his outfit. I know that hairpiece they've given to him in tan before, so maybe that would look better, but he does have an alternate face as well. Here's the build of the set. It's that iconic location where Darth Vader told Luke that he was his father in Cloud City. So we'll start out by taking a look at the base and then move into the build itself. So this model can't be separated from its base. At least it's not meant to be separated from its base. Unlike other UCS sets, you can pop it off quite easily if you really want to, because it's just sitting on like a couple of those transparent pieces, although it won't stand up on its own. The base itself is pretty interesting because it's actually on like those boat stud pieces, the rounded tiles. So it can slide around a little bit. I kind of like that feature because it doesn't just sit on the ground. I like that it's a little bit raised up. I think it just makes it look cooler. And then you also have this 40 Years of the Empire Strikes Back sticker. I wish that that was like kind of shiny like some of the Friends stickers are, but you can angle it forward and back. And other than that, there's really not much detail to the base. You can just, put the set back where it's supposed to go. So we'll start at the left side of the build. I do like the look of like the railings and everything, although these were really hard to like put together properly. I didn't like it. I don't like these rigid flex tube pieces, and when they're going into supports that are so fragile, it's a real pain to just get them to like sit the way they should. I do love like this curved detail around the bottom though. These can, as you can see, be lifted up, but that's just all put on its side with like studs not on top building techniques. Then there's this really nice walkway, and you can pose Darth Vader on that jumper stud right there. The other side is pretty much the same, although you do have two clips to store the lightsabers. That's a really great feature. I love it when LEGO includes like places to hold the weapons. And while like I'm going to be displaying this with the characters holding the lightsabers, if you want to have like a more accurate scene, you can just clip them over here. And again, that's just a great feature because it's always nice to have a place to store your weapons on the actual build. Getting towards the pipes and everything, these are the ones that Darth Vader cuts through in the movie, which is why they have like burnt tips. I really love that detail. I didn't even realize it at first. The entire thing is like a little bit shaky, but it's not necessarily fragile. It's clipped on there pretty well, and I do like the way it was built with those lightsaber hilt pieces at the bottom. Then as for the rest of the array at the end, if it'll fit into camera, I really like the way that they used these like fencing sword pieces on top. I think that like those are great as like spire tips in like the haunted house set and other stuff especially. Then I really like the detail over here with the red, like they just have like the little red highlights going through it. You can pose Luke right here, like holding on to that bar. And then down here, they actually use a pitchfork piece in light bluish gray. That's a fantastic detail as well. It's coming out of a Technic steering wheel, actually. So I really love it when LEGO like reuses pieces like that. And this entire beam is just attached to like the main build right there. You can try breaking it off. It comes apart pretty easily. So that's nice if you want to like dismantle it to store it somewhere else. And there's how it looks with the minifigures posed on it. Darth Vader looks really great on that platform over there. Luke is like a little bit more precariously balanced, although, you know, you can mess around with that and get it to look however you want. Here are the extra pieces for this set. It's a pretty nice selection. The box for this set differs from all of the other convention exclusives for 2020 because it's got that regular 18+ style that you see on much bigger boxes, and also it's just a regular cardboard LEGO one. It's not the ideas or architecture style that like folds open in a more fancy way. Here's the instruction manual for this set. Something that I really appreciate about this one is that there is a little like thing at the front showing pictures from the movies and just like talking about the scene. I really appreciate that because that's something that I was kind of missing on some other sets, but other than that, there's no ads or anything in here. So before we wrap things up, I did want to point out I had actually built like a part of this wrong. I was missing that little cone on this array back here, but I fixed it now. So overall, I really like this set. This is one of the convention exclusives that I feel like could definitely be sold at retail. $40 does not seem like a bad price for this at all, especially compared to some of the other sets. Like, it's got 300 pieces, so like price per part isn't like great. But for the overall size of this thing, $40 isn't horrible. 30 would be better, but you know, it's an exclusive, so I'm fine paying 40. Again, I wish that this had been released to everybody because this is like the perfect set to release to everyone to just celebrate 40 years of The Empire Strikes Back. Unlike other convention exclusives that I think wouldn't work as retail sets, this one would. So hopefully you guys can get it, but again, there are no exclusive pieces to this thing at all except for that sticker. But if you don't care about the sticker, you can try bricklinking this on your own or just, you know, building it out of pieces from your own collection. But that's it for today, so don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.